HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Happy New Year! Hello and welcome to HCAM News. Tom Nappy at the anchor desk to keep you up to date with what's happening in Hopkinton. On this edition of HCAM News, the Select Board recognized Canine Officer Titan and Officer Sanchione for their heroic actions. The latest on Hiller Sports and the Hopkinton Growth Committee hosted a public forum at the Senior Center, plus Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. But first, the Select Board welcomed a new employee and a new officer to the Hopkinton Police Department.
Through the chair, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Jessica Ferrer for your consideration for appointment as a full-time police officer. I have a little bio on Jessica. Jessica was raised in Attleboro, Massachusetts by her parents Glenn and Angela Ferrera, alongside her two brothers, Justin and Brett. She graduated from Attleboro High School in 2015 and at Fitchburg State University, cum laude, with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice in May of 2019. She attended the Women's Criminal Justice Conference and interned at both Attleboro Courthouse and Lunenburg Police Department. Just graduated from the Fitchburg State University Police Academy in 2019 as part of criminal justice program in August of 2020. She'll be obtaining her master's degree. When she wasn't at school, she spent her time working since the age of 14. My son's 18 and doesn't have a job yet. In her free time, Jessica enjoys cooking, volunteering, and walking her dog with her family. She volunteers yearly at the Relay for Life and is recently teaching in elementary school students about different disabilities. I'd just like to say that Jessica did outstanding in the process. She definitely rose to the top. And it was an easy choice to recommend her to you. The fact he doesn't agree. the fact that she self-sponsored herself through Academy, joined that wonderful program at Fitchburg State, and put a lot of time and effort shows her dedication to becoming a police officer. And we're glad to have her. She'll be immediately starting a FTO program tomorrow if she receives the appointment. And I think she's going to be a perfect fit for the Hopkinton Police Department.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Go ahead and follow that up. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And this is what we do. We put you guys on the spot right off the bat.
I wonder.
Well, stuff that you didn't say, I was adopted when I was 8 years old by my parents right behind me. I attended Attleboro High School, all Attleboro Public Schools, Attleboro High School, and ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a cop. It was really challenging. I've been working ever since I was 14. I tried my best to be independent with paying for school myself and self-sponsoring myself in the police academy, so a lot of hard work. And I applied to a couple different schools, decided on Fitchburg, and right when I started Fitchburg, there was this new program that they started. Didn't really know what I was signing up for, but I'm glad I did. 4 years, bachelor's degree, and then right after I graduated, the day after, I started the academy. I just graduated in September and have been on the hunt for a job ever since. Right when I heard about Hopkinton, everyone I knew had always said great things about it. I haven't heard one negative thing yet, so And so far, this entire hiring process, everyone's been really inviting and welcoming to me.
One other note, she forgot to mention, she was also offered a job by Attleboro Police Department, but she chose us with them, which is
Yeah.
nice.
It's good judgment right there. Shows
Considering
solid
it's her
judgment.
hometown, too.
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? It carries. Welcome.
Welcome.
The Select Board also affirmed the town manager's appointment of Kimberly Carson as Outreach Coordinator for the Senior Services Department.
Well, I've lived in Hopkinton for 21 years now. I have 3 boys in the school system. I started off my career working in occupational therapy and moved into case management after that. I stayed home with the boys for quite some time, and then Beth hired me with Hometown Hospitality. Been working with them since 2015. So was looking to get back into the field I was working in before, and this popped up, and I thought it was a perfect fit for me.
Awesome.
The Select Board also recognized Officer Sanchioni and Hopkinton's Canine Officer Titan for an act of heroism.
It should be noted that the air temperature that night was 17 degrees, and her exposure was in excess of 30 minutes. The female was treated on scene and immediately transported to the hospital for hypothermia. If it was not for for Officer Sanchioni's immediate response to our call and the specific training of K-9 Titan to search for the missing person, the incident quite possibly may have ended with tragic results. Therefore, on behalf of the entire Milford community, I wish to commend Officer Sanchioni and K-9 Titan for their swift actions, which may have very well saved the life of a young female who was in desperately need of assistance. Please extend our sincere gratitude, and I request a copy of the commendation be placed in this personal file. Thank you and the Hopkinton Police Department for our strong working relationship and our continued partnership. That was a great letter by the chief. I'm extremely proud of both officers. I can't let you know how much that Brian is dedicated to this. If you can see by his face, he's a very serious individual. And he takes his job very seriously. But he puts in a tremendous amount of hours, and he is totally dedicated to this endeavor. A lot of responsibility. You know, he's pretty much put the dog 24/7. Dog goes home with him at night. But they are a great working team. And I think it just, as far as setting goals since I've been here, I think this is one of the top ones, and I think it's really paying off. But I'd really like to commend their actions and their dedication to the Hopkinton Police Department and the community.
Just want to say thank you guys for having me up here. I appreciate the recognition, although I don't think I deserve any of it. It's all this guy right here. I just get to hold the leash. It's an honor for me to be able to watch him work, and it's something we enjoy doing every day. Our department's very supportive of us. We are not always around. We have to spend a lot of hours for training, but that training is so that when we go to calls like this, to me and him, it's just another training day. We're not going to give you guys anything but 100% the best product we can give you. So this guy deserves all the credit. It's his nose that works, not mine. Like I said, I just hold the leash.
You know, I was pushing for this K-9 for a few years now, and I'm just so glad it really is working out well for us. Remember, we used to have to wait for other departments to bring K-9s to us, and now for other departments to be, calling for our help is just, it's a great spot to be in. And I really, Officer Sanchioni, thank you very much for all your hard work, and because I know what it's like training. I have a Doberman, and I know what it's like to keep up the training because lots of people are afraid of them, so you have to totally keep them under wraps. But really, thank you very much. Thanks for everything you keep doing, and keep up the great work.
Coming up next, the latest Hiller Sports update, and the Growth Study Committee hosted a public forum. Plus, Matt Clark has our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned.
HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Hiller hockey and basketball has been pretty busy as of late and winning some big games. Here's a look at the latest. This past Monday, the 6-0 Hopkinton Hillers hockey team took on Ashland. After a scoreless first period, the Hillers lit up the scoreboard to start off the second. Around behind the net now. Boselli tied up with Walsh. Hamblett gets in there. Hamblett tripped up a little bit, and how about that? A goal by Andrew Gilbert, and it's 1-0 Hillers. Andrew Gilbert on the one-timer. What a beauty that was. Pass up by Carrazza. There's a shot and a secondary shot, and that's in. Aiden Walsh. Cam Jarrett on the initial shot, and then Aiden Walsh pops it in. 2-0 Hillers. Now here comes Walsh. Sean Walsh racing in. Shot, goal! The trifecta. 3 goals to open the second period for the Hillers. Ashland scored a goal of their own in the period, but the Hillers added another one before the frame expired. It's Nick Fish. Just past Saporoshic. Pops it off the boards. Great feed to Kirk. Here comes Kirk. Shot turned away. Secondary shot. That's in. Pavitt Mira makes it 4-1 Hillers. It was a 4-1 Hillers lead heading into the third, and the Hillers added more. Mira up to Walsh. To Gilbert on the one-timer, and it's in! Andrew Gilbert with a beauty. And Sean Walsh with another point on the assist. Along the corner, Hamblett. Hamblett trying to sneak it in, and does. A backhander right through the 5-hole, 6-1 Hillers. Hopkinton takes down Ashland 6-1 and improved to 7-0 on the season. A couple Hillers hockey highlights over the break. On December 21st, the Hillers took down Westwood 3-1. Sean Walsh snagged his 100th career point on an assist. The Hillers hockey team also won the Metro West Daily News Cup, taking down Hudson and Algonquin for the honor. Some of the other most recent highlights to end 2019 and begin the new year. On December 20th, Hillers girls basketball took on Ashland. Lexi Trendle finished the game with 17 points as the Hillers took down the Clockers 48-30. The Hopkinton girls currently stand at 3 wins and 1 loss heading into this week. Hillers boys basketball was also busy over the break. The boys took on Westboro on December 28th and fell in a close one, 51-47. On January 3rd, the Hillers battled Westwood and went into overtime, but took the win 60-55. Center Elon Rosen dropped 18 points and snagged 10 rebounds in the game. The Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball team currently stands at 4 wins and 1 loss on the season. The Hopkinton Growth Committee recently hosted a public forum at the Senior Center to seek further public input. Here's a look. The Hopkinton Growth Study Committee hosted their second public forum at the Hopkinton Senior Center. Chuck Joseph started off by sharing some of the statistics of growth in Hopkinton.
Education budget, how much of the budget? We had 49 million out of 90. People say, oh my God, we're out of control. You look at the other towns around us and you can see their percentage of their budget. 55, 51, 59, 58, 55, 69. So we are not out of the norm. In 1990, we were a town with an enormous amount of open land. We were not built. We were like the last town out. You know, when I coached at the high school and we were in the Tri-Valley League, they used to call us the farm stand. You know, we were out in the farm stand because the other towns closer in had all developed chronologically a little bit earlier. Medfield, Westwood, Holliston, they all developed earlier. And then the growth got out to 495, and between 90 and now is when we've experienced our most significant growth. And that growth has gone from about 8,000 to about 18. You can see the percentages in 95, between that 5 years, it went up 17%. Our big building was between 90 and 2000 when we increased by 35%. And then it's been fairly consistent, but a lot slower since 2000. The population change at that period, you can see that there's the increase over the previous period is in red, and then the percentages are in the blue, and that kind of mirrors the whole growth. You can see that it's been very gradual but very consistent. The number of residential building permits. This is really interesting to me. To most other people, they don't care about this chart. So I'll just kind of point out a couple of things about it that you should be aware of. The green bars represent single-family homes, number of permits that are for single-family homes. And you can see between 90 and kind of 2003 is when we did most of our single-family home development. From there, you go to the orange charts and you start to see condominiums start coming in. All right, and that began, I don't know, back in '86 when we did Indian Brook, and we started doing some other things from there. But then from 2013 on, you see that the green bar is very small. There aren't that many single-family homes being built, but you have legacy farms, which is the orange, which is all the condominiums. So the blue, you see two big blue spikes there, one spread out over 2 years and one in 2016. Those are the apartment complexes that were built in town. In 2012 and 13, those are the apartments at Legacy. And then in 2016, those are the Madera apartments down behind 110 Grill.
The participants then divided up into groups for discussion about their thoughts for what the town needs.
So the forum today was about the Growth Study Committee has been meeting since the summer of 2019, and we've been trying to just gather a lot of data to get a starting point of what the growth has been, how do we compare to other towns, what's the history of the growth, and where are we, what's the expected growth. And we want to share the data that we've learned with the residents and get their feedback, and then we're going to go back and do more work and hopefully make some recommendations to the town. To the town and the planning board. And we're not really ready to make the recommendations yet, but let's see. But we've been working on that, and we want to take the feedback back, and we probably will continue working for another couple of years because it's a lot of work to do, and it's hard to get consensus. So anyway, we have a lot of work to do, but we appreciate everyone's feedback. Please feel free to email us or visit the website. Our presentation will be on HCAM, and as well, it'll be on the website too if you want to view it at home when you have time.
After the group discussion, some idea sharing took place.
And one big question is not necessarily providing housing per se, but how can we help seniors stay in their houses?
For more information on the Hopkinton Growth Committee, you can visit the town's website at hopkintonma.gov and also be on the lookout for the full public forum airing on HCAM. A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Standing by to tell you all about it is Matt Clark with our HCAM Insider.
Hello, Hopkinton. Matt Clark here, and welcome to the first HCAM Insider video of 2020. As usual, I'm here to tell you what's happening this week on HCAM. On Friday, January 10th at 5 p.m., poet Patrick Donnelly performs poetry from his new book on a new episode of Wake Up and Smell the Poetry. And at 6:30 p.m., the Hillers girls basketball team takes on the Medfield Warriors, live on HCAM Ed. On Saturday, January 11th at 8 a.m., tune in for some classic cartoon shenanigans on a new episode of Toon Time. On Monday, January 13th at 7:30 p.m., the Hopkinton Planning Board meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Tuesday, January 14th at 6:30 p.m., the Hillers boys basketball team takes on the Norwood Mustangs, live in HCAM Ed. On Wednesday, January 15th at 6:30 p.m., the Hillers boys basketball team takes on the Shepherd Hill Rams, live on HCAM Ed. And on Thursday, January 16th at 7 p.m., the Hopkinton School Committee meeting will air live on HCAM Ed. And also on HCAM Ed, the Hillers Ice Hockey versus Bellingham game will air. If you want to know more about all of HCAM's shows before they air, then head over to hcam.tv/newsletters, where you can sign up for our HCAM Insider newsletter. Or if you want to know more about what's happening in Hopkinton, you can sign up for our daily news updates. That's all for this week's Insider. I'm Matt Clark, and as always, thanks for watching. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Matt. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget, you can stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook page. Be sure to head over to our website for the latest happenings in our community and check out the Hopkinton Community Calendar to take a look at upcoming events in town. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. As always, thanks for watching HCAM News. Take care and have a great 2020, everyone. The South Asian Circle of Hopkinton hosted their annual Diwali Gala. Diwali is the 5-day festival of lights, celebrated by millions of people across the world. Here is a look at the tremendous performances.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls,
where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection,
where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit,
where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action,
into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake.
What you may not know is the dandiya sticks are really meant to be swords. The stick represents the sword of the Hindu goddess of power and strength. Hence the dance form is also known as the sword dance. Let's celebrate the victory of good over evil, as well as celebrate our culture in its togetherness in the Dandiya Ras.